This is a short review of the Wayne WSS30V. Here's running now. So I wanted to capture that while it was running. It's very quiet. So here's, I'm gonna take you back down here and give you some quick facts. So this is the unit. And it's a WSS30V. It's the Wayne. Features a half horsepower primary pump, which is rated at 3,840 gallons per hour at 10-foot head. Has a solid polypropylene float switch over there in the vertical position. And it also has a 12-volt backup pump rated at 2,300 gallons per hour at 10-foot head. And you can notice there's two, well, you may not be able to see this, but there's two check valves, one in the base of each of the plumbing. 1.5-inch PVC comes, so everything from the Y on down comes with this package. It's a combination primary and backup pump, and the control unit for the backup. The battery doesn't come with it. The instructions show for you to add an additional check valve at the top here, but I called Wayne and asked them, and they said it's not necessary. And actually, it's probably better that you don't include your own check valve, because putting a check valve up here would be quite noisy. And the beauty of it is when you have these check valves underwater, submersed, it also adds a noise suppression, so it aids in making it very quiet. So you can see right here is the battery unit. You can see in the lid is the charge control unit, and that simply connects to the battery, an AGM style battery. The battery that they recommend is their own branded battery that's 75 amp hour, the WSB1275, but I opted to go with a larger 92 amp hour unit, which is also AGM, so maintenance free. The one I actually used here was the SLIM AGM DC unit by Duracell. Oops. Anything else interesting? So I have this is an 18-inch diameter sump pit. They recommend this for any sump pit that's 18 or 15 or larger. So you can see with the footprint of it, it's not small. And if I had a 15, I don't know that I would get this one. might get the smaller one that they offer. You can see the transformer for the battery system is quite big, but it runs very quietly. I mentioned the float switch on the primary pump, but the one in the backup is actually a reed style switch, and it's positioned right on the PVC itself. You can see it at the right about here. That's where it is. But yeah, it's just very quiet, and I have this sort of an enclosed area, so when it runs, I really don't even hear it, and I'm in the next room over, so I have to really be like listening for it. So it's just so quiet, and it really runs. Takes just a few seconds to bring the water down to the level where the float switch turns right off, and it just, and for this house we have what may be an underground stream under it, because when it rains we have water under the house. It seems like, you know, for quite some time until, you know, until the soil really dries out. So it's really critical that we have backup. So I did want to mention, I think they said, yeah, Wayne claims up to 26 continuous hours of emergency power with their, I think with their 75 amp hour battery, and by having ours with the 92, but having even more reserve than that. So that's good. One thing, speaking of the battery to mention, and I'll wrap this up, is this box that they provide is made for their short battery, because the control unit in the lid doesn't allow for a standard height battery. I don't know if you can see, it just doesn't, the lid doesn't close all the way, so it just sits up a little bit off of it, so it's not sealed or anything, but the box doesn't seal anyway, so it's not a big deal. So so that's it. I've had this in service for about a month now, a little bit over a month, and it works great. The unit actually combines a couple of their products together. The CDU 800 is the primary pump, and the ESP 25 is their backup pump. So, and I purchased this from sumppumpdirect.com. It came very fast, and they had a lot of great resources for doing the research that I wanted. This has, like I mentioned, has a 5-year warranty, and the expected lifespan of it is 6 years according to Wayne. So the last unit was it was a Zoller unit, and I got 5 years out of it. So if I can get 6 out of this, I'd be happy. And so looking forward to that. All right, signing off. Oh, there it is. It's running.